there's a lot I can say about our next reader. He was actually seen last night drinking margaritas at La Rondalla. He has a great rendition of, he's going to do Volver, Volver for us, right? No. Lito is a resident of San Francisco. He was born and raised in the East Bay. He's a community activist, and he's also a teacher, a writer, and has done a lot of readings in the Bay Area, and he's going to do a couple of pieces for us this afternoon. So this is Lito Sandoval.
Okay.
Oh, I feel so close to you now.
Go. We've bonded. Just for clarification, I was born in the Sacramento Valley, but I grew up in the East Bay.
Sacramento, same thing.
Just, no argument here. Usually in terms of readings, I always start off with something bitter, and for some reason I haven't been bitter this week. Maybe it's because I drank last night and sang Volver, Volver. But anyways, this is something new that I've not read before, and I'm not even quite sure if it works, but we'll find out. Walking to the ocean this morning, a dream of sea breeze, the salt rust car, breathe in fog, foul smell of crab. Here is peace, serenity, inspiration to write. Two men meet in the dunes, no words, just grunts and body language. A woman slathered in oil, waiting for tan, risking the wrinkles, the impending cancer. Me, the day after the big quake, with friends we laugh at headlines, strip, make out. Me, a year earlier, drunk, stoned, coming off mushrooms, sitting in the Y of a dead branch. Angelica wants Mike, settles for Sean. I wanted Sean. We curl up on each side of him in the pickup, two breathing bookends, hearts pumping. Later, Sean confesses he wished it were just me then, as he settles in my bed where I lick the tattoo on his calf. This piece is like really experimental for me. Actually, I wrote it for the performing arts show next week, but I had a little surgery last week and wasn't expecting to be walking around, but whatever, the fates are on my side and I'm walking, and I'll be doing it here instead of there. So anyways, equality and justice for all. Yeah, tell me about that, Castro. I remember the midnight sun asking for more than one piece of ID from some Asian club boy who willingly gave it. The one behind him wasn't so complacent. Fist in air, he yelled, "Fuck you. Yeah, I'll join you, brother. And we will not be nice, because we are under attack, and I'll be damned if I'll let someone skewer me without permission. Equality and justice for all? Yeah, right. I hear you, queer nation, with your fight to live our lives like normal people. Oh, let us marry. Oh, let us adopt. Oh, let me puke up multicolored burrito. I would rather fly away from man to man. Legitimizing our lives is not about assimilation. Ask me, I know. Many years I was Lito, a shell of Lito, a fragment of Evaristo. Equality and justice for all? Yeah, I hear you, little mecha boy. What? Why are you backing off? Can't take the queers? Well, we're here, honey, in force, and we're fierce, and you will not ignore us. You will not ignore us, because we are frontline, risking all for the right to live, and we'll be damned if you try to take that away from us. We'll create steel-toe huaraches and kick your ass back to mama. Equality and justice for all? Oh yeah, those words look good on paper, and oh yeah, those words sound good when we're screaming them down the street in some solidarity march, but they don't do no good unless you really mean them. So before you spew, you better think. Yes, you better think about what you're saying to me, because just like Aretha, I demand a little R-E-S-P-E-C-T. This is another happy piece, I guess. This is called Family Reunion. Your sister says don't be obvious. Her husband agrees with beer-induced belch, and you stand undecided while I share a joint with your nephew who shows tendencies. He tells me I make you happy. A cousin pulls you onto the patio, now a dance floor. She waves me over, and mid-toke I choke. The three of us now. She leaves the minute your eyes lock into mine. Your mother quickly looks down at her near-empty plate and picks at the potato salad. Your father grabs a free-floating bottle of tequila, reaches for another. You pull me close and whisper, "We're free, chiquito." That's it. Guests, or a few guests actually. First off, I'd like to thank the members of Veas en Acción and their tri-chairs. Jennifer Vasquez, Mary Flores, and Pat Murillo. At last year's banquet, I said we weren't shit without them, and that continues to be so. Also here earlier, but she left, was Susan Leal, Supervisor Susan Leal. Around about somewhere is Angela Calvillo from Supervisor Tom Amiano's office. Back there. Carolyn Marks was here at one point. Is a candidate for the Board of Supervisors.
Virgin Mary made an appearance.
Also representing Carol Migden, Mark Goffstein. I said that. Pay attention. Sam's coaching me to the side, but I already did it. Anyways, enough of the sharp tongue, and here's Rafa Negron.
Mira, I'd like to bring out once again, we had half of an introduction. We're going to give the rest. Lito Sandoval, who is the co-chair and secretary. He's very responsible for putting on this banquet and having me here, the keynote speaker, everybody. Let's give it up for Lito, please, Paul.
Our next awardee is Drama Divas. I originally had planned the program that they would perform and I would give them the award without having to do an introduction. Hence I don't have one written, but as you've seen, they're an amazing group. I wish they had existed when I was younger. They're an inspiration. Shut up. It wasn't that long ago, really. I've heard about Drama Divas for years, and I'd never had the chance to see them until this year, and I was completely blown away to see young Latinos and other youth and young persons of color presenting their experiences, both sexually and culturally. One of my crusades has been to promote ourselves, not as gay or Latino, but as gay Latinos, queer Latinos, lesbiana Latinas. And Drama Divas has done that, and it's nice to see that these group of people are doing this at such an early age, and hopefully will inspire others to come out and have a comfortable space to come out in. I'd like to introduce Ricardo Bracho and Yvette Gomez from Drama Divas.
Well, I guess like all good Mexican boys, we should thank our mothers to start. And in this context, our mother would be Brava from In the Arts, and Shri Moraga, who had this idea anyway, who is no longer teaching the class. It's currently being taught by Brian Freeman. I was the assistant director for 4 years, and now I'm the writing supervisor, and Yvette Gomez, who a former member, is the coordinator of the program as well as the assistant director.
That's my cue to talk. Wow, thanks. Actually, we were kind of surprised to get this award, but I mean, it's really cool, and it's really like, I don't know, it makes me feel good because I've been doing this for 5 years, and I know, and I hope it keeps going for much longer than that. But you know, we're not the only ones that make it happen. If it wasn't for everybody else, we wouldn't exist, because they want it, they need it, they say it, they do it. So that's why we're here, and we're very glad to be honored with this award. I want to thank all of you for the applause that you gave us during our performance. I guess that's it. I mean,
I guess shouts out to Proyecto Contra SIDA por Vida for letting me go to rehearsals that are working. And all the work you saw tonight was written and performed by the authors, and I'd like to bring them out one more time. Carol Carranza. Persephone Gonzalez. And Joseph Reginato. Thank you very much.
Lito. Lito shaking his head. Ven para acá, nene. No te muerdo. Te prometo. Ven para acá. Ay, Lito.
I'd like to take complete responsibility for tonight. But I can't because he's right behind me. Sam was my co-chair in presenting tonight, or producing tonight. We also had the help of our board members, Juan Tam, who helped solicit ads, Miguel Vallejo, who helped score some entertainment for us, Michael Martinez and Chris Romero, who chose the food that you got. A very special thanks to Luis Ornelas. We spent the day at the printers today. Had a hell of a time because their folding machine was broken, and we had to fold everything, and we went back and their staple machine broke. But we're here anyways. For those you who haven't seen, Valentin Aguirre has been taping tonight. I'd like to thank all the performers who were here. It's one of our directives when we first started the idea of this year's banquet was to do something completely different, and I hope we succeeded in that. Whether it's like not your standard hotel room, ballroom sort of dank thing, or entertainment that both push boundaries, both sexual and racial. And I guess that's all I have to say. I don't know. You got something to say?
Just want to thank all of you for being here tonight and encourage all of you to get involved in local politics, whatever your persuasion, be it Republican or Democrat or whatever it be. We have a few candidates here tonight, and so if you care to get involved, do so. Again, would like to thank all of you for being here tonight, and take care. Good night.
One last, actually very, very big thanks to Picaro for Thank you.
I want you to first give me authorization to use this video for my documentary.
You have my total permission to use this.
Your name, hereby authorize Valentin Aguirre to use.
I state your name, hereby authorize Valentin Aguirre. Evaristo Lito Sandoval. Evaristo. Authorize Valentin to use this, even if I say disparaging remarks against people who I'm very close with.
Thank you.
Are you still doing work with Aguilas?
I got back with Aguilas in January, and I just took the role of recording secretary because there were no notes being taken, and I'm lined up entertainment for the banquet in July, which we haven't publicized yet, but I've been working on that, me and Sam. And it's like I got Al Lujan and Drama Divas because we're awarding Drama Divas, and we'll probably have a drag queen to lip sync a number or two.
Are you awarding drag queens?
What?
Are you awarding drag queens?
Not this year. I mean, unless you count someone Drama Divas.
This is like the fourth annual?
Third.
Third annual?
The third. Out of the nominations and the voting process, it's like this year it's Maria Salazar is female for her work with Eyas and the Milk Club. Hank Tavera for his performing arts show year after year after year.
Good.
And the Drama Divas for their work with youth. And then two members, which is Luis Ornelas, who did the banquet last year and was the social fundraising chair, and Chris Romero for his co-chairship and unionization of the AIDS Foundation.
Oh, great. So the banquet, y'all seem to be using it, looking at last event again this year, according to, if you name out those names, you seem to be using it to do coalition building.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's certainly maybe the first time that yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is that intentional?
No, actually, we went through with what nominations there were, and then there was the voting process, and that's what came about.
I just make sure.
That the battery is on?
So do you think it's just the Aguilas membership that has, I mean, you don't think that's no motivation?
I don't think the motivation's coalition building, but I mean, it's certainly, I think that these year's awardees are pretty significant in terms of the community at large awards. Recognizing youth, a female who's not in like big time politics, and a male who's done a lot of work in San Francisco and has never really been recognized for it.
Who historically has had tensions have existed between.
With certain members of Águilas and Diego, California, yes, there's certain tensions, but I think it's just like old school versus new school, and the new school decided to kick the old school's butt.
So you said you were returning to Águilas. Had you taken a leave?
I took a leave just because I'd been with the group 3 years, and then like executive capacity, and I just needed time off. So when my term ended as advisor, I took a break because I just was too involved and needed to get personal things together. So, and yeah, and then I just realized there hasn't been a secretary for like about a year, and I was just like, notes need to be done in a proper fashion, and so I just took the role as secretary, which was also sort of double-sided in motivation, because in that way I could find out in a general what's going on and also not be like really committed to anything beyond taking notes. So.
Right. What's exciting about going back to the group?
What's exciting about getting back to the group? I'll have to think about that one. Actually, this year, 1990. This year is 1996, right? Yeah. We've sort of been working more on social things. The second and fourth Friday of the month, with the HIV program we do, El Ambiente, we've been doing a cocktail hour. And this month we're doing it at La Rondalla. Last month we did Letitia's, and we're sort of gonna like bounce around until we find a spot that like feels like home, I guess. So.
What's the response been like?
The first one, there was about 30 people. Second one, 15 to 20, and this will be the third one.
Right.
So.
And then also they have to
Just socialize. I mean, in the last year, Águilas has been more of a behind the scenes and working more on the corporate side of things, and at the what I feel personally at the expense of membership. And this year we've put membership forward since all the paperwork things have been done now. It's just moving forward and reactivating our membership. So.
So how did the
Do you feel reassured that was not intentional?
how did the activities of El Ambiente and Águilas dovetail?
Dovetail, as in, they've been pretty separate until recently. Until like basically this cocktail hour is the first time where people met each other, actually. And I actually gave a presentation for El Ambiente like a couple weeks ago, and I mean I got to know more people there. And it's just there was about 30 people maybe when I went, and I gave a my infamous presentation on Latinos and gay porn, but it went really well. The discussion went really well in terms of like stereotypes and what's expected of us socially and sexually. So it was actually really good. Probably like the best discussion came out of it out of all the times I've given it. So I was really pleased with that.
Are you writing?
Have I been writing? Yeah. I've been doing collaborative writing with a friend, and then also some private things, private rants, actually. I've been writing against. Actually, somebody sent me a survey because my start with an ACT UP in terms of gay politics, and somebody's writing a book on it and sent me a survey about like my feelings on ACT UP and the way it dealt with racism, sexism, isms in general, and it just brought out a lot of memories that in retrospect I see a lot more things than when I was with them. And I actually just wrote a piece, because the Go show is this year, and it's like equality, justice for all, and I wrote a piece with that sort of like the chant line in it, and I just lambasted everybody I've worked with, basically, including myself. So he's got those really cute pictures of two chihuahuas hugging each other. It's just like so cute. It's like, I think I'll use that.
That's on the legal immigration, right? That's
Illegal immigration, yeah.
on the illegal or the legal?
Illegal.
There's debating coming here now.
I had to. Why? Because I hadn't looked into it. I've been trying for a while. I mean, just come back out of hiding. My long photo.
Okay. Tell me why you debated coming here tonight and why you are here.
Oh, well, that's like nothing interesting. It's more like health problems than like
tell me,
politics.
Tell me, first describe where we're at. What you think about this event and why you're here.
This thing was actually at the White House?
We're at the house of Sam Rodriguez, who's a slave driver.
Oh, my man.
The light's blinking. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.